The God of High School has maybe the most average first episode I have ever seen. Everything that I would expect from a fun action anime. And yet, for some reason, I was instantly hooked. And I got this weird feeling when watching the first 5 episodes. Even though I feel like I knew what was going to happen, I was still getting hyped over it. It didn't matter who the characters were or what world was being presented. I was going to enjoy this show. And it is because the God of High School knows what it is trying to be and isn't trying to do anything more than that. And I think just on that merit alone, it is worth checking out. I know I have run across my fair share of series where the show almost tricks me into thinking that it will be better than it actually is. A series that wants you to believe that it is smart, but in the end, you get an experience that is way worse than if the show just admitted that it was only going to be average. I think School Days is a pretty good example of a series that doesn't really know what it is. The ending of the show, while shocking, has no weight because of how poorly handled the majority of the series is. School Days tries to trick the audience into thinking that Makoto is more likable than he really is, and the absurd ending of the show is meant to have impact, but there is none because the creators were so out of touch with the material. School Days is a pretty extreme example of a series not knowing what it is, but you can see many moments like that through so many average shows. I would go as far to argue that the most common difference between an okay series and a good one is tonal awareness. So when I watch a show that may seem standard or simple-minded, as long as it hits its tone, I think it's worth looking into. For example, Demon Slayer knows what it's trying to do and understands its place in the shonen genre, and the God of High School takes it to a further step, and you can see that from the very first episode. The God of High School takes no time to throw you into the best trope in battle anime storytelling, the tournament arc. Having a tournament right from the start to get you into the series, and to be honest, I found this pretty endearing. Don't waste my time pretending to be a series that you're not, and instead just give me what you're best at. Fun characters, beautiful action scenes, and that's exactly what the God of High School does. We don't need to waste time getting some long setup or having some big kind of training arc, but just give me action right away, and I'll be happy. For me, if a show promises something different, or even hints at it, my expectations will change mightily, and then the show has to live up to that promise. But for the God of High School, the expectations for the first episode have been met. This is going to be a fun action series that gives you some fun moments, and some greatly animated fight scenes. And that's all I want out of it. I have spent many hours on this channel arguing for the thematic relevance and quality of many different series, and I will continue to do that, but I also want to recognize the other side of what entertainment is for. I don't want to look in depth into every single show for a deep thematic exploration, even though that is one of my favorite things to do, and I think it brings so much value to the entertainment that we consume. At least at the start, the God of High School provides a very good experience, even though, at least so far, I don't feel like it's going to take on some deep and heavy themes. But that doesn't mean that there isn't room for the series to grow, and you see that in the first 5 episodes. We get some great character moments pretty quickly at the start of the series that has really helped fill out the action. And the world building and power set of all the characters has started out in a really mysterious but interesting way, seemingly taking pieces from like a dozen different battle shonen series to create this really unique world that I think could really be expanded on in the future. And I'm really enjoying the trio character dynamic at the start of the series. For as far as 5 episodes go on the way for a recommendation, I give the God of Highschool 2 thumbs up. And who knows, maybe the story will continue to grow and develop into a modern classic. Or maybe it will just be a fun action series. Either way, I'm totally bought in. And if you aren't, just watch this quick action scene, and I think you will be too. Thank you guys for watching this video. I think The God of Highschool is probably, out of all the new anime that I have seen so far in 2020, probably my favorite, or pretty high up there. So I'm really enjoying The God of Highschool. I think it's just a really fun series, and if you want me to talk about it more in the future, whether it's talking about a specific character or get more into depth on how it's able to kind of know what it is and how it has such a great tone, at least through the first 5 episodes. Obviously, it's still very early days for this series, and I haven't read any of the webtoon, and I probably should. I've heard it's really, really good, so I might check that out. So let me know if you guys want me to talk about it more. Kind of what are you thinking about it on the first 5 episodes? And if you haven't checked it out, you definitely should, and let me know what you think. So make sure to follow me on Twitter at Art Essays. That's always super active on Twitter, so that's a great place to interact with me. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.